First of all, let me tell you, I'm more than humbled to be a speaker among very distinguished speakers and wonderful scholars, and most of them worldly renowned and respected, especially when it comes to Muslim-Christian relationship and Muslim-Jewish relationship, like Rabbi Emeritus Professor Mark Cohen. I'm honored to be here, and I'm honored to have you in our institution. From my perspective, so I'm not the one who is going to give you a lot of knowledge about that. This is Professor Cohen, and we have professors over here. So I'm basically talk about some aspects of it, and the last aspect that I will be talking about, the humanistic aspect of this issue, will be the focus of my conversation. From the conversation we understood, and we haven't talked with Imam Shamsali before I came here, but we had almost categorized the things about the same. I made five categories when analyzing this issue. First, this issue has a historical aspect, and Professor Cohen and most of us we already know religious aspect, meaning the text, and political aspect, somehow covered, geographical aspect, and which has to do with the national aspect of it, and also humanistic aspect. And we have clearly seen, and we'll see throughout the night today, historically, with few exceptions, this is in my view, Jews and Muslims live together peacefully. This part has been and will be covered by our experts over here. Religiously, so I can talk about from the Muslim perspective as an Imam, Jews has been introduced in our Holy Book Quran as Ahl al-Kitab, as you know. Those who are familiar with Arabic language will instantly realize that the word Ahl is used to describe the closeness, the family relationship. When you talk about your family, you say my Ahl. And the same phrase is used, for example, Ahl al-Bayt, to describe the family of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. So Jews and Christians has been described in the Holy Text as Ahl al-Kitab. And it has been translated as a people of book, which I not totally agree. There are the truth of it, but Ahl is, there are some parts that need to be added. So Ahl is family. So this is the way God introduced to the Muslims their cousins. So meaning that those are your cousins, and then it goes like this. This is the story of your cousins in the past, and this is how I want you to be. This is the mistake they did, and this is the lesson that you have to learn from them. So that's giving to you a general perspective. And it talks about a lot of stories, including Moses, peace be upon him, those who followed him, those who do not follow him, all Jewish. And those who followed them are condemned, not followed them are condemned, those who followed them, like Moses, peace be upon him, praised. Again, all Jewish. This is the religious aspect, but I just wanted to give you a religious perspective on that. There is a political aspect. With whatever system people are ruled, it could be democracy, it could be whatever system there is, it could be republic, it could be theocracy, it could be kingdom. Religion and religious values cannot be disregarded. Even people think that they have been disregarded, it'll come back to the culture, to the system, to the ruling system, whatever it is. So the depth of the religious knowledge and intention of politicians have naturally shaped the international relations as well. Either religion shape politicians or politicians shape religion. To me, politics and politicians use religion to pursue their goal. Commentaries and interpretations of the Holy Text are heavily influenced by the political view. The decision has been made already. What politicians and those who have a negative image in their minds are already made up their minds. What they are looking for is to prove something in the Holy Text. When they think they find something, they grab onto it. So we have the historical friendship, or we have historical problems in our hands. We have political issues that we don't really believe, and we don't really know what's going on in the region and around the world, and everything has a second side. We have our religious text can be interpreted both ways. And what do we do now with all these things together? As a human being, as a fellow human being who wants to do something good, what can I do? What can I bring some good out of this, so to say, mess? So I was busy with these kind of questions, actually the whole week, and especially this morning. I took my 5-year-old son, I was taking my 5-year-old son to the school bus. Just like it was like 5-6 meters to the school bus, some car didn't stop, was almost killed my son this morning. And I can't even describe my feelings. And everything that I don't know how I shouted. I didn't kick this guy, but how I shouted, because obviously I screamed and I did a lot of noise, and I said a lot of things that I never say in normal time. His life was at risk. He could have died before my eyes. And I couldn't forgive myself since I was so busy with all these things in my mind. Actually, he was with me. How did I lose him? He was supposed to stop, but not. Everything went away. I didn't care about the position of the car and about his family. I'm sure he's a very nice guy. He has a family. All I cared was the situation of my son. So I instantly, since I was so busy with our today's topic, made a connection right away. And it took me to my Israel experience. Last year I've been to Israel a couple of times as an invitee by Shalom Harran Institute to be a part of the MLI program, and visits that we organize together with our Jewish organizations, and we do interfaith trips. And it took me way back to my Jerusalem, and to the people whom I taught, Jewish friends in Jerusalem, those who they've lost their loved ones. Because I was in the moment that I could understand what it means to lose someone. At this point, this is my experience, you don't care about politics. You don't care about the religious text. You don't care about anything else. Only you can concentrate is someone killed somebody, and there is a hatred, revenge in yourself, and you want to do something. And on the other hand, the Palestinian families who had the same tragedy, and who had the same anger, and who had the same fire in their hearts. And then I remembered, 11 years old, Arab boy at the Dome of the Rock at Masjid al-Aqsa, and I was lucky enough to be there at the Layla Miraj, for Muslims, that means a lot. And 11 years old boy, he comes to us, and he shows us the Israeli soldiers, and if they come inside, I will eat them alive. And he's showing his teeth to me, and that was shocking to me to see that. And I remembered that. And I remembered also 4 of my colleagues, 2 of them ladies, whom we studied together at the MLI Muslim Leadership Initiative at Harran Institute. They have been thrown away because of the hijabs from taxi by an Israeli taxi driver. And also almost beaten up at the store because who they are. And we are there, hopefully, somebody to be a seed of hope over there. And I don't want to draw a dark picture. All these things came into my mind. People are reacting on the things that they experience at the same time. Nothing else matters. This is not a hopeless situation. I can tell you I'm hopeful, very hopeful, unlike the people in Israel and also in Palestine. We have been there. We went to Ramallah, Jenin, and many other places, which was first time for my Israeli friends too. I don't know if you guys have ever been in Jenin, and many of my Israeli friends haven't been there. It's a very dangerous place for them. So we have visited some think tank organization, Palestinian, and they talked about the issues and they suggested some solutions. And at the end I asked, do you think this solution is going to make change? Do you think it's going to work? They said no. Same thing, we went to Israel, and there were some also suggestions. And I mean, we also said, asked the same question, do you think it's going to work? No. And then I said to myself in the morning, oh God, there is a fire. There is a fire which I wasn't able to see up until now. And because people have lost their beloved ones, no matter what the reason is, and the hatred is growing, and each fire is starting another fire. And that reminded me of the sayings of a great Sufi and a great scholar of Turkey. He says, there is a great fire, and my faith is burning, and its flames is reaching to the sky, and I am rushing to extinguish this fire. And it doesn't matter. I mean, if somebody is trying to stop me, if somebody is trying to harm me, I have a problem. I am going to extinguish the fire. I don't care if I step on a glass or something, whatever it is, because I have a direction. I felt that. Then I asked myself, what can I do? What should I do to extinguish the fire? Then I again remembered the story of the ant and water in his or her mouth, trying to extinguish the fire in which Prophet Abraham was in. And he was asked, so little water that you are carrying, I mean, is that enough to extinguish? And he said, I know, but this is what I can do. This will determine my sight, at least. So this is very important. One ant might not be enough. Another, maybe millions of ants, we can do something together. So what to do? I'm out of time. Am I out of time? Yes. Then I just stop here. I can make my points later on. Thank you.